going on, guys? This is Will, and this is going to be a very interesting video to make. I'm making this video because, well, I'll get into it. Basically, I'm incredibly disappointed in myself. I checked my weight today. Just to see, because I haven't checked my weight in a while. I've always been afraid to look at the scale because looking at the scale makes me, depressed and whatnot. Well, I looked at the scale and I weigh exactly what I weighed back when I started losing weight. Like, I'm literally back where I started. Depression, anxiety, not healthy eating, constantly having trouble sleeping, staying asleep or whatever. I'm just constantly tired all the time, and this is ridiculous. My 30th birthday happened on the 30th of October, and it is now the 1st of November. And I've had like an entire day to like sit and think about it and to really think about my life. And I was looking at old pictures and old videos and things that I've done. And, back when the anxiety and my social awkwardness and everything wasn't so extreme. It's so extreme now. And I honestly can't explain it. I'm putting this video out there because I just feel like I need to say something. I don't even want to put this video out. Honestly, I don't want, why am I putting this out? The reason why I don't post up on Facebook that much, unless if it's just like links to videos or things like that, I don't post up things about my personal life. Well, one, because nothing really is happening in it. And two, I feel like my opinion doesn't matter. Like, nobody wants to hear my opinion. If whatever, I'll respond to what people post up, but that's about it. So I've been really disappointed in myself, and I'm going to try not to cry on camera because I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that person. I'm actually just sick of crying because crying doesn't accomplish anything. It just makes you feel worse. So for the last 4 or 5 days, I've been having a lot of chest issues, a lot of chest problems. And I don't know if that's because of stress. I don't know if it's because my anxiety has been through the roof lately. Honestly, it could be just stress because I was stressed turning 30. And I know 30 is young for a lot of people out there, and oh, you're only 30, you're still a baby, blah, blah, blah. That's not the problem. The problem is that the way society makes you up here, the way that you're kind of brainwashed into life, into thinking where you're supposed to be, when you're a little kid, you're told you're supposed to go to school, go to college, become what you want to be, follow your dreams, do what you want to do, and whatever. Well, me as a kid, I never knew what I wanted to do. I never really had a set goal, a set plan. I was just always everywhere. And then I kind of lived in my video games. And video games has always been this outlet, this way to take me out of the real world and to run away from the problems that I've been always running away from, and just never facing my fears, never facing anything, and just playing my games. That's all I did, was just sit there and play my games. And here I am, 30 years old, doing the exact same thing that I've always done. But at this point, I look back at my 20s. And I was reflecting on just my life. What did I do throughout my life? And honestly, my 20s started out okay. They were okay. I had a job. I was working. By 2010, which when I was 22, 23, I lost 80 to 100 pounds. I was going out to concerts. I had friends and was hanging out. I decided to move down here to New Mexico, and it was still great. Though I moved down here, it was great. I was keeping the weight off. Everything was good, and it wasn't until I got really comfortable that I just became agoraphobic. I became completely dependent, and that made me agoraphobic. I've been afraid of like leaving the house. My anxiety that I always had like became extreme because I wasn't in social situations every day. My depression got worse because I was always like alone, and video games started to get boring because that was all I was doing. Like, and so at this point, I couldn't even, it was getting to points where all I was doing was just sitting in a dark room, not watching TV, not reading a book, not even moving, just sitting there. And when you sit there and you're in your thoughts, it's the worst thing that could possibly happen because the dark thoughts come in and a lot of those bad things come in and stuff. Well, I wanted to change that, so I decided to go and join the New Mexico Gay Men's Chorus and to try to get some social life back into me, to try to do something with music, because music was always something that I liked. It was always this thing that was there. This was originally a goal I wanted, but I figured that I just wasn't good enough at it. I felt that you had to be a certain look, you had to be a certain way, you had to be a certain thing, and I'm just thinking, with my anxiety and my social thing, I'm like, could I even handle something? Like, if accidentally I made a CD or whatever, and next thing you know, I like blow up overnight or something like that, could I handle something like that? And the answer is no. At my current state, I couldn't do it. It would be too much. So it's just, I was like, lately I've just been so lazy, very lazy. And music has been the only thing that's been keeping me going. But I just been so sad and so depressed lately, and I just hate everything. I hate myself. I cannot believe that I allowed myself to be this. I am so disappointed in myself that I just stopped talking to people because I knew I was ashamed of myself. I've always been ashamed of myself. So I don't talk to people. I keep to myself because I don't want to be embarrassed. I don't want to say something foolish. I feel so beneath everybody because I don't do anything. There's a lot of things I can't do. So I just kind of just exist right now. The only thing that I know things about is stuff that are geeky or nerdy things. Talk to me about a video game, I could talk to you for hours. Talk to me about anything political or anything else, you won't get nothing out of me. I don't know anything about the real world. I've been living too much in a virtual world. And I'm so disappointed. So what I'm going to do is, the reason why I'm making this video is because I feel like it needs to go out there. I mean, not necessarily, the public doesn't technically have to see it, but I need to put it out there for myself. I haven't done a video in such a long time, and I've just been so frustrated with myself, and I've just been so mad and been keeping to myself that I'm just sick and tired of it. Like, I don't care who knows. I don't care. It makes it easier if I just say it on a camera, and then people could watch at their own leisure, and they can see. They can see it, and they know. And that's it. They know. I suffer from anxiety. I suffer from depression. I suffer from social anxiety. I have a lot of stress all the time. I'm incredibly sensitive when it comes to certain things. I feel like I'm an asshole. I feel like I'm mean, and I'm not mean. I'm not mean at all. And there's things that I want to talk about. I get intimidated by people who are smarter than me. People who can speak eloquently, and people who know so much things about something I have no idea about. I get intimidated by those people. I feel dumb. I feel like I'm not on a person's level. I feel so beneath everybody. And since I'm not in social places with everybody, I don't know. I know I'm going to regret this video because I know I'm going to get phone calls from my family, from friends. People are going to probably send me messages and wondering what's going on. Now, before you guys like start worrying and whatnot, just know I'm not in like a suicidal state. I'm not in a place where my brain's there. I'm just disappointed in myself that I let myself go. That I allowed myself throughout my 20s to just deteriorate into what I am. That I didn't get help sooner. That I'm still not even at the point of getting help yet. Like, I'm not taking medicine for anxiety. I'm just living with it every day and just constantly being tortured by it. I'm constantly silent, and that kills me on the inside. Because after I'm in a crowded room, I'm like thinking beforehand that I can talk to people, to anybody, anyone. I can talk to people. And I can tell them, and we can have a really decent conversation and a wonderful conversation and whatnot. And then every time before I'm in any social situation, I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to talk about this, ask them how their day was, whatever, and then see if I can try to get a conversation out there. At least make a goal for yourself, Will. Say hello to a person. Just put yourself out of your comfort zone and say hello to somebody. And it's not going to kill you. And I always tell myself this. It's not going to kill you. Just do it. And then I freeze. I freak out. I panic. And internally, my brain is telling me to like, yo, move, do something, say something. You know, and then it's just constant conflict. Then I get all panicky, I get shaky, I get sweaty, I get tremble, I stress out. So because of all this stuff that's been happening in the recent days, my chest has been hurting really, really bad. Not like bad, like a heart attack or whatnot, but it hurts. It's like a tightness. And it's still here. It's still here right now. It's right here. And like I can still do things, like I can walk around and I can do stuff and things like that. But I think honestly it's just something to do with stress and anxiety. And it's just I'm thinking too much, thinking too negatively, and I'm not thinking positively. I don't like myself. I don't like what I wear. I don't like how I am. I don't like the way I look. I don't like anything about myself. I don't. And this is so embarrassing to put up online. And I don't know why I'm doing this. Because I feel like now everything, I'm just going to be seen as a freak. But then again, I already see myself as that. So what difference does it make? In a way, this is therapy for myself. This is how I do therapy. Talking to a camera is easier than talking to a person. A camera can't interrupt you, you know? Doesn't cut you off and says that everything's going to be okay kind of thing. Because that doesn't work for me. It's not going to be okay. Not right now. That's just not how my brain works. My brain is very active. My brain always is constantly thinking but instantly forgetting things. My brain is always constantly feeling guilty. I feel guilty about everything. If I said something a certain way, if I looked at a person a certain way and they took it a certain way and somebody looked at me a certain way, then I freak out because I feel like I offended somebody. I've been isolating myself from everybody. And I need to stop. And I need to take care of my health. I need to start eating better. I need to exercise. I need to do something. I need to change my life because I cannot, I repeat, I cannot waste my 30s like I did my 20s. I've wasted so much time doing nothing. And I need to do something. Anything. And it's just a matter of fighting all these fears. So I'm going to talk to a doctor. I'm going to call my doctor tomorrow, make an appointment. go to the doctor and see what can I do. Where am I at? Where am I at health-wise? What's wrong with what's happening in here? And then I need to try to get this fixed too. And I just need to just continue doing stuff, continue being active in some way, shape, or form. Here I am 30, and I'm looking at all the things I can't do. Like, I'm 30 years old, I can't even drive. I'm 30 years old, I'm not working, I haven't graduated from college, I haven't done anything. There's so many things I don't know how to do. You would think that I just like froze at like age 8. My brain is literally an 8-year-old's brain. There's so many things I don't know. There's so many things I haven't experienced. There's so many things that I don't know because I've been too afraid of everything. Anyways, this video has been going on long enough. And this video is going to be hard to post. And just know that. I know, I mean, people may make fun of me. People may be worried about me. And I understand that. I understand. But just, this video is for me. And it's just, it is what it is. Alright. So, this is just a date stamp thing. And I kind of want to look back on this video, seeing it many years later, and be very embarrassed about everything I just said. But I would like to know that if I watch this video, that I'm in a much better place. And not in the same freaking place that I've been for the last, 7 years. So, anyways, to everybody who watched it and made it this far, thank you for all the birthday wishes, and thank you for just everything. I didn't have a happy birthday per se. Well, the end of the day was fun, but I didn't have a happy birthday. I kind of had like a panic attack and just constantly thinking about my age and constantly thinking about what I haven't done in life and how much time I've wasted and just everything. And it's a constant back and forth. So it is what it is. So